Good morning, gang. Happy Monday again. I'm back. All right. Well, it's a new week, but I want to still talk about something that happened the end of last week. And basically, my question for you guys is, what's your opinion on the jury acquitting that guy who pled self-defense? No. Wait. Before you answer that one, I'm not talking about Kyle Rittenhouse. I'm talking about Andrew Coffey the fourth. He was also found guilty, or I'm sorry, he was also found innocent on Friday down in Vero Beach with a self defense plea. Now, I don't know if you remember this case, but you should. This was all over the news. This was the case a few years ago where the Vero Beach, Florida, or Indian River County Sheriff's Office, more specifically, did a raid, a SWAT raid, on his apartment to arrest his father for drug charges. Okay. And in the melee, the SWAT team busted out Andrew Coffey Fourth's bedroom window. He was sound asleep. Kid was freaked out and thought he was under attack, and he fired. Okay. They charged him with felony murder and attempted murder of law enforcement. Now, the felony murder charge was kind of interesting because it was his girlfriend, Alteria Woods, who was actually killed. She was shot 10 times by the deputies. Okay, his bullets didn't kill anybody. Andrew Coffey's. Okay. But the more interesting part of this one was the arrest records say that SWAT deputies identified themselves when approaching the house and arrested his father at the front door quickly. Now, if you arrested the guy who you have the warrant for at the front door, why did you have to go bust in a bedroom window in the middle of the night when a guy was sleeping? Okay. Father came to the door. Father was arrested. Cool. Let's go in. Let's see if we can bust up the rest of the house. The cops were totally wrong in this one. 100, at least in my opinion, 100%. They got the guy they had the warrant for. They had no reason to do anything else. It doesn't matter if there were 15 other people in the house. They didn't have a warrant. They didn't have probable cause or any reason to go in there and arrest him. Okay. Andrew Coffey IV was found innocent of the charges of felony murder and attempted murder of a member of law enforcement. Of course, his girlfriend doesn't miraculously rise from the grave because of this, but that's another story. But my question is this. All weekend, we've seen protests, riots, you name it. Every talking head in the world say this travesty of justice, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. Politicians, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, Maxine Waters, you pick one and they're beside themselves. I don't even want to get into Hollywood and CNN and MSNBC and all that, how completely off the rails they've gone. But where are the protests against Andrew Coffey? Mind you, I kind of left this part out until now. Andrew Coffey is black. Double standard there, maybe BLM and Antifa, maybe President Biden, maybe Cackling Hen Harris, maybe MSNBC, maybe CNN, maybe Hollywood. Okay. Personal opinion, this guy's totally innocent too. Okay. I don't care that he's black. I don't care that Rittenhouse was white. The circumstances of what happened deemed both of them had a legitimate claim of self-defense, and in both cases, the juries got it right. Both of them were found innocent. One was white, one was black. Did the juries care? No. They followed the law like it's supposed to be. There is not, and I don't care what anybody says, two separate levels of justice between black and white. There are two separate levels of justice between rich and not rich, okay? But there are not between black and white. Now, Andrew Coffey IV still has a sentencing. He was found guilty for possession of a firearm by a felon, and so therefore he was found guilty of that. That's fine. That's a crime he actually committed, okay? No problem. I don't have any problem with him getting charged and committed with that. Unlike the deal with the Rittenhouse case. Rittenhouse had that weapon legally, according to Wisconsin law. Andrew Coffey did not have that weapon legally, according to Florida law. Again, the jury got it right. But nowhere, anywhere on mainstream news, on Main Street, have I seen anyone protesting the fact that Andrew Coffey was acquitted. Interesting, isn't it? There was an article yesterday where some guy came out and said, it was an article, but it was on TV, saying the most dangerous person in the United States is the angry white man. Maybe it's true. I mean, granted, white men don't commit the most murders in the country, but that's beside the point. Okay. Why do you keep pissing them off? Why do you keep stoking the fire with all this false claims of racism? You can't be any clearer. These verdicts came out on the same freaking day with the same defense. One defendant white, one defendant black. Equal justice. They both got the same sentence. Nada, like they should have been, okay? Don't see any stories all over the news. I don't see headlines on every news channel. I don't see any headlines on this. I mean, to give you an idea how deep I had to go to find the story on this guy, okay? I'm looking at Channel 12 News' webpage out of Florida, okay, to find this. Not on CNN, not on MSNBC, not on Fox News, not on, Epic Times, not on anything. This is the Channel 12 TV station news page, and it ain't even their top story. But Kyle Rittenhouse has been, for 3 days, the top story on every news webpage that you can find. It's the exact same case. What's the difference? The Democrat Party wants to raise 9 kinds of hell. BLM and Antifa, I hate to tell you this, no matter what you think, BLM and Antifa are 100% in the bag for the Communist Party. Okay. They are totally on board for claiming this as racism. Period. Okay. This is the only thing they can do. When the Democrats have nothing else to talk about, when they have no successes whatsoever, they pull the race card out. We've seen this. I mean, for at least since Trump was elected. Okay, so for at least 5 years. But you can go all the way back to when Obama was elected. Okay, they've been playing the race card since Lyndon Johnson, but it's become the forefront in the news for the last 13 years now or something like that. But this is exactly what's going on, guys. You have people holed up in their house. You have people worried that there's going to be a gang of thugs walking down the street in Kenosha, in Portland, in San Francisco, in New York, any of these towns, in Chicago, protesting the Rittenhouse verdict. Where are the protests in Vero Beach, Florida, Miami, Atlanta, Jackson, Mississippi, I don't know, Raleigh, North Carolina, down south? Where are the protests for that? There aren't any. You know why? Because the people understood that, just like Rittenhouse, Andrew Coffey was innocent. The cops screwed up in that case, and the prosecution was off on some witch hunt. Justice was served in both of these cases. One black, one white. No difference. Just like in every other case by every other legitimate jury and legitimate prosecutor. Now, you take our current vice president, you can't call her, she was not a legitimate prosecutor in California whatsoever. I mean, she withheld evidence. She, you pick one, okay? Again, she's the poster child for the left, say one thing, do something else. Oh, I'm so trying to help people, keep them in jail. Oh, I'm not going to give you that evidence, blah, 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 blah. Okay. This is the thing. If anybody believes that the politicians, that Hollywood, that anybody gives a shit about anybody other than themselves in the Rittenhouse case, all it is a chance for them to get on a soapbox, get their 15 seconds on the news and make them important again, okay? That's all it is. They don't care. It's not going to be the topic of dinner conversation over Thanksgiving for them. They don't sit down with their spouse for an hour on the couch and discuss all the ins and outs of it. They don't care, okay? Their whole conversation is, how can I use this to get more money in my pocket? And how can I use to get more money in my re-election campaign? That's all they care about, okay? And when everybody realizes that the Democrats, for the most part the Republicans either, don't care about the people, that's when things will get better in this country, okay? Anybody that, you ain't black, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, okay? If you don't vote for me, you're intelligent. That's the thing. So basically what Biden was saying with that quote when he ran it is, if you're black, you're stupid. And mind you, that's the Democrats' mindset, because I will tell you, and I'd love to see anybody give me an answer. Please tell me one thing, just one, that the Democrats have ever done that's been positive for the black community. Tell me one thing they've ever done that's been positive for the white community. Hell, for that matter, tell me one thing that's been positive they've ever done for America. Because the reason this country is going to shit, and the reason we have to prep more and more, and we all can't sleep at night and worry about the economy, our job, COVID, riots, crime, you name it, it all goes one way. Right is right, left is wrong. And I'll leave it at that. Have a good Monday. Pinball out.